Hi, I'm Phil, and Happy New Year to all my subscribers, friends, and viewers. Thanks for your support and feedback. Uh, as we leap into 2025, I'm going to reflect on the projects I did last year, and I'm looking forward to new projects for this year. So let's have a look at the review. So I'm interested in doing projects to support STEM education. And my interests are in music, robotics, physics, and engineering. And when I review the projects of last year, I'm reflecting on how well those projects went, and what I learnt, and how others have helped me, and how I can help others. So I'm using my experiences when I was lecturing at UTS in engineering discovery, where we actually use videos, and the students made videos of the projects that they did, and we reviewed those. Unfortunately, this year we lost some contacts, and with the CSIRO, uh, at the end of 2023, I was supporting the Ravenswood School, and unfortunately, the teacher left there, and there was no replacement. And similarly with Holroyd, um, the last session was in November 2023, and we had problems over Zoom. But we're continuing with some of the others, although we also lost Parramatta Library uh, through to the resignation of my contact. And I added quite a few projects and a lot of innovation to Parramatta. So the other sessions or STEM clubs are using Zoom, but with Parramatta, it was face-to-face and contacts. And I added extra engineering, structural and mechanical engineering. We did the Mars rover. We looked at geology and astronomy, in addition to the coding exercises with microbit. And we did some workshops on the music and the Mars workshop. And that all ended around about May of this year was my last session with Parramatta. Um, I'm looking at other contacts, and Blacktown Library, we're doing well. We're still working in that area in the STEM club. And I was able to do new things like transfer some of my skills there. And I use YouTube quite a lot to help some of my STEM clients and contacts. So I've now got about 76,000 views on those YouTube videos, and I've got about 445 subscribers. And last year I added 90 new videos. So the most popular ones were still back in 2021 uh, during COVID-19 when I made extra videos for U3A. And we got about, for one video, with the maximum was 7,000. So thanks to all my supporters, and particularly for the feedback that has helped me improve the way that I can do my video presentations. And uh, I did get a couple of dislikes without any comments, and that wasn't very helpful. But I have done a lot of new things this year, and I've been using a Cyberlink Power Director. I've been adding music and titles, and I've been looking at new ways of doing the editing with the mind maps and adding the music. And I don't have any copyright issues because I'm using all of my own music arrangements. So my priorities are to still do some music projects, make some music instruments, testing MIDI, and creating new user interfaces. I'm going to explore a bit more on Raspberry Pi, and I'll be looking at some desktop DAWs as an alternative to Ableton Live, and in particular waveform. And that works on the Raspberry Pi and the Windows PC. I'll finish the robotics arm, which I started this year, and I'll do some more projects on using a camera, such as a simple web camera and an AI. And all of the projects that I'll be working on support STEM education. And particularly, I'll be looking at the objectives, how students go about a process to create a new device, and it will relate to a user case, and it will also relate to things they're working on, like science, coding, engineering, and maths. And I'll be looking at the design, the background, that is researching what the project is about, doing some analysis. I'll be looking at creating a bill of materials and listing that, and looking at software and what the alternative ways that that software can run, and testing and reviewing the project. So that's some of my objectives and what I did this year. So we might go across and have a look at some of those YouTube videos now. Let's have a look at the most popular projects as recorded on YouTube. And the most popular one was the Raspberry Pi using the build hat. And here we can see some of the photos of that project. In number 2 slot was drones, and particularly learning to fly with microbit and airbit 2. In slot number 3, we have the Grow Vision AI version 2, and I'm looking at first impressions. Next two most popular programs were the demo of the M5 stack with the Nano C6 computer. Okay, let's have a look at projects that I'm interested in doing this year. So with M5 Stack, I've been getting most of my supplies from M5 Stack, and I'm going to do another project using the byte button, which has recently been released by M5 Stack. And I want to create a MIDI keyboard, and I'll be creating that. In fact, I might actually put two of those together. I'm going to use the tube pressure unit, which looks like this, and I'll be creating a new musical instrument that you use to create music. I'll be looking at some processes, and in particular, the dial processor. So this is what it looks like, and we'll create some projects on that. On cameras, I've already looked at this one, and I'll publish a review on that quite shortly. And I will also do a review on the new Atom S3R. The roller can is another project I'll work on, and I'm interested in doing some displays, such as with larger groups. I'd like to involve them in MIDI and being able to interact with boom whackers. And I'll do that using the HDMI output from this module, which connects to the core computer. So I'll be continuing with music. I'll be looking at the Ableton Live Move, the Push 3, and trying to learn how these instruments can be used with Ableton Live. And I'll be using Ableton Live and learning a bit more about that, and also waveform as an alternative. And one of the projects, I'll be looking at carousel music this year. Little Bits, I'm going to continue using that. And in particular, I'll be looking at creating MIDI instruments that can be assembled very quickly, that can help me test my other circuits. Robotics, we're going to look at the arm. And with Seed Studio, I'm interested in geographical information systems, and in particular, the SenseCap card tracker T1000 or Meshtastic. So I'll be looking at that together with a similar unit that allows me to add my own devices. And not only will I be using LoRaWAN, but I would like to see how that performs with Bluetooth. The other projects, Raspberry Pi, well, music, we've mentioned some of these before. And I want to continue doing some work with drones. So we'll be using it Crazy Flies, and I'll be continuing the work that I did on that last year. And plenty of other potential projects. I'd like to do some work not only with Lego techniques and Lego trains, but we'll do a couple of projects with Fischertechnics. And these are some of the ideas that I've got for projects for this year. And I'll hope to publish those on YouTube as I complete the project and review the project. So that's it from me, and all the best for 2025 from me. Bye.